Big show. We have special in-studio guest, Dave Ohm.
Glad to be here, Ken.
And we're going to have Norm Duke on, the last 900 shooter, Amos Gordon, and Matt Cannizzaro. So let's go ahead and start the show. Welcome to the Let's Go Bowling Show, heard every Wednesday on the Tan Talk Radio Network. GoBowlingShow.com is the website. I'm Ken, the host. I'd like to welcome in Dave Ohm, special in-studio guest, good friend.
Glad to be here, Ken. We got a great show today.
Fantastic. And Bill's bowling, so he won't be able to call in, but hopefully he'll be making a little bit of money out there.
Hopefully. At least not hopefully losing any.
Right.
Hello, everyone. This is Norm Duke, the 2013 King of Swing. I love listening to the Let's Go Bowling radio show.
Fantastic, and that's who we're going to be going out to right now, the latest PBA 50 winner, and that's Norm Duke. Norm, welcome to Let's Go Bowling.
Well, thank you, Ken. You had to make me listen to myself. That's just terrible.
Sorry about that. Well, we have special in-studio guest, Dave Ohm, I guess a good friend of yours also, isn't he?
Who is Dave Ohm? I don't think I recognize that name.
How you doing, Dookie?
I'm doing all right, Dave. How are you?
Doing great. Nice win job there, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So your first win as a rookie.
First win. I don't see myself as a rookie.
I don't either, Duke. I don't either, Norm. I tell you, just watching you guys play is just, it's like the 80s and 90s on the tour now.
Yeah, the guys haven't changed that much. You know, you're looking at Weber and Parker and Walter Ray,
I know, it's great.
You can argue some of them are getting better even.
Yeah, I think you're getting better.
Well, what was it like starting out? Now, this is the third event, right? That was the third event for the seniors, the PBA 50?
Second event. Third event starts in a couple of days.
Okay, great. And you did very well over at, pretty good over at Newport Richie. Could have been
I got to bowl for the title on both of the first two, which, that's the goal. To win, it's a one-game event, so you're not going to win them all, and you're not going to lose them all.
It's just putting yourself in contention to win them, Norm.
You've got to be in the title match, or there's no chance at that trophy. And, playing good's one thing, but playing for a title is where it's all at, really.
Well, you're one of the best at it, Norm.
Well, thank you. And Ken, to answer your question, what's it like? It's bowling still. It really is. But I have recognized some differences. The participation level on the senior tour is outlandish. I mean, it's chaos. You have so many bowlers, and that was reminiscent of, let's say, the 80s and 90s on our tour, where we just had so many bowlers that wanted to bowl. We had rabbit squads to weed the fields down and stuff. And then, of course, lastly, you have the Hall of Famers that I'm used to bowling every week with here. They're all older than me, it seems. So, I just chase them around, it seems like.
Norm, do you see the PBA 50? Do you see it going a little bit broader now, maybe more TV and stuff like that?
Well, I would think. It really just depends on the success of the Professional Bowlers Association of selling it, and that's true with both tours, or maybe even all three tours right now. Given that the women may be resurrected at any moment,
which would be nice.
If they can sell it, then yes, it's going to see a resurgence. If they can't sell it, though, then that's the whole thing. It seems like the PBA Tour is such a great sell right now because it allows so much programming for very little money, in comparison to the other sports. So I would have thought that we would have had an easier time with it, just to tell you the truth, Dave. But they're struggling selling us.
It's so corporate oriented that back in the day, I hate to use that phrase, but I mean tournaments were 40 and 30, $50 grand a lot, And now you're you're working so hard to get 20 and 35 up top. We need the corporate thing to really help us.
Yeah, and our industry's kind of left us out there as well. When you look at fishing on television and how many products that you see that's in that industry, you're selling hooks, lines, lures, fishing boats, tackle, everything is on that show. Nobody really even has to watch fishing because people buy the time,
right?
And it's a winner for the networks and for the industry. Our industry doesn't buy that time, and without the support of either the sponsors or the time buys within the industry, then we just don't seem to have that nucleus that props us up to a certain level. And we've struggled with that. I think that the industry has invested so much money in the recreation side of bowling, what with the globe bowling and the bumper bowling and all different kinds of games, and it really is come a long way recreationally. But
True.
The sports side, we have just gotten beat to death.
Well, you see league bowling, it appears to be dropping down a little bit and going more towards cyber bowl and stuff like that. So it's, it's not like it was, but we need to somehow find a way to make it better.
Right, Dave, and I think it's cyclical. I mean, I don't think that this is something that bowling or golf or any of the other sports, don't endure ups and downs. And I think that the industry will miss the competitive side. And when I say that, so many of the bowling centers have said, hey, our margins are bigger with open play, and
right.
Therefore the league bowling's drop. When league bowling drops, then you lose a lot of your tournaments. You lose a lot of your competitive juices within your facility.
Right,
so
your
everybody's
grassroots
now
people
out there, have a couple of beers and enjoy bowling, and that is awesome. We love that our sport offers that, but it also offers a tremendous competitive environment. But it has to be cultivated. It has to be. You have to hold tournaments, and you have to have leagues and competitions, and the kids have to be able to watch television and desire to be, be or beat the Amletos and Pete Webers and Walter Rays of the world.
Yeah, because pretty soon those guys are going to be gone. And what's coming next?
Right, unless we're on television, exactly what's next. And we still have great TV contracts with ESPN, and our leaders are doing all they can. This is nothing that they don't recognize.
Right.
And so we got people on it, Dave, but it is the Titanic we're trying to turn around, and we got ourselves here. So, you know what? It's going to get better before it gets worse at this point, I believe.
And I believe so. I mean, the people, when they come watch a tournament, you just look in their face. They're so excited. They're watching people they see, on national TV all the time. And the pro-ams, those things is what really generates the juices flowing into people. When they get done watching a tournament, you see people coming in, practicing, buying new balls, taking lessons. And it's all helping the other.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. And I think, coaching initiative has really taken on in the sport of bowling. And that, I think, was the first step.
Exactly.
My great buddy Bill Hall called this about 10 years ago. He said, it's all going to coaching, Norman. And I couldn't agree with him more. Once you get that coaching element out there and people start enjoying a incremental betterment of their game, then they really get attached to it.
Well, just like that Mark Baker, look what he's doing with teaching.
Exactly. And there's a lot of initiatives out there. I mean, look at Jason Belmonte,
right?
One of the tour stars right now, if not the tour star right now, has International Art Bowling along with Ron Hoppy, and we have Next Level Bowling. So there are a lot of coaching initiatives out there, and they're going to take hold. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be sticky.
Actually, Kegel started all that with their training center, really. Actually, back in the day, John Jowdy was the guru coach.
Right. We had coaches all over the place.
Exactly. Freddie Borden,
Jowdy,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you still have your DVD. Has your second DVD gone into production, or how's that coming?
Well, I had an issue with that. I still do have an issue. I wanted to keep the same team, Ken, and by the time we launched the first DVD, everybody moved away. So where I had a nucleus here in Claremont that I was really proud of, now I got a guy in New York, I got a guy in California, I got me here, and others have moved, and I just have to make the decision whether I'm going to get them all together with their equipment in a certain spot. I can't afford to do that. It's just,
right.
It's that's just too much money. So now we have to go renting of this stuff. So what we're trying to do now is to determine whether, who's expendable in the project, basically. And we're still trying to figure that out because we just have so much respect for everyone. And we want to keep them together. And so I have not released the second DVD. I'm ready to film it, and that in the third. But I just haven't had a convenient or an affordable scenario yet. But hey, rest assured, I'm going to get it out there. It's got to make sense from a business side, especially given the fact that we bowl for a living, and we just can't go and freely finance every little endeavor that we want to.
Hey, Norm, I got a question for you about the bowling. Is there a preference you have from bowling the old traditional 24-game match play as opposed to the new format of the best 3 out of 5 and 5 out of 7?
Well, I think there's a place for both of them, Dave. Don't you?
Yeah, I do. But I think
we used to look at the Masters as a format that had too much luck in it.
Right.
And it does. It really, really does. That's why you have so many people that win a Masters that you would think, gosh, out of nowhere.
Right.
But you also have the element of match play that you can wrap yourself around it. and we bowl so many of the match play events now that we've kind of gotten used to it.
Right.
But I do think that it does not lend itself to the cream rising to the top.
Right.
It's you just got to make it past that one person, and so you got a guy averaging 250 that's out of the tournament, and you got a guy winning averaging 220. And there I think lies the problem. You have to get the cream to the top. I want to see Tiger when he's in the field on the golf tour, and I'm disappointed if I don't get to.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing there. People say it's more fan friendly. I think the fans enjoyed more of watching the people come up the ladder and down the ladder, because as the tournament went on, the lanes would burn up a little bit, and all of a sudden the guy that doesn't rev it up would make a charge, and now it's 3 games, as opposed to playing both sides of the fence as the lanes change and drilling accordingly and things like that.
Right, and there are other elements out there that are sexy as heck. I mean, if you have a couple of days and you know that Walter Ray and Weber are going to go at it again,
mm-hmm.
and you know that history, oh my gosh, that's awesome sell right there, and you can publicize it, promote it, and especially if it's like a 5 out of 7 or maybe a full day, that's great. That's like tennis,
Yeah,
awesome. However, every single week, it's just we need more. I think of the 24 games round robin, more total pinfall.
I totally agree. I just think
anytime you drop pins, I can't stand it. I mean, we work hard for those pins, and whether you're in the lead or you're in 20th, you want to keep your pinfall.
Exactly.
And when they erase pins at any time, then you have the element of surprise victors, I think.
Well, Norm, we appreciate you coming on, and I know we'll have you on again because you're going to be doing a lot more winning. And the regular tour, you're going to get a couple more titles definitely this coming season.
Norm, listen, congratulations, and it's been great having you on the show, sir.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you having me, and you asked me all the tough questions. You didn't ask me any of the questions that allows me to sound positive. But listen, I want everybody to know that this is a great sport that we're involved with, and if you don't know it by now, well, go get your bowling ball and let's go play.
You know what, Norm? You're one of the great ambassadors for the game, and people idolize you and just able to talk to you. So kudos to you, my friend, and keep up the great work.
And if we didn't
guys, thank you.
If we didn't think the sport was positive, we wouldn't be doing the show, Norm. So thanks for coming on. All right, we'll be right back with a quick break.
Some people are made of plastic. Innovative ball spinners are the best quality spinners on the market and are sold at the lowest price in the world. These 1/3 and 1/2 horsepower motors are the best in the business, and each purchase comes with a 32-page manual as well as a DVD. Talk about value. Our spinners are smooth, quiet, and will not shake or wobble like other ball spinners. They are totally portable, so you can easily take them with you to tournaments. If you mention the Go Bowling Show when placing your order, you will receive a Surface Starter Kit free. That's a $24.95 value for free. The kit includes 6 different grits of sandpaper, maroon and gray Scotch-Brite pads, 8-ounce polish, 8-ounce compound, 8-ounce cleaner, and a towel. Everything you need to resurface and adjust plenty of bowling balls. There are many benefits to owning your own ball spinner. Saving money by extending the life of the bowling ball. You can add new balls to your arsenal instead of replacing old ones. You will be able to adjust the surface of the ball to match any lane condition. Order today online at innovativeballspinner.com or call toll-free 1-800-226-5891. innovativeballspinner.com.
The Monogram House is located at 5422 Main Street in downtown Newport Richey, and their phone number is 727-845-1578. Come in, and their friendly staff can help you with any of your needs. Bowling shirts, polos, for golf, or any event that you might be participating in. They do it all. Embroidery, screen printing, custom logos, and promotional items. Bowling season is coming up. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5 p.m. That's the Monogram House at 727-845-1578.
Have you been injured in an accident? If so, before you settle your claim, it is important you know your legal rights. I'm Jim Magazine of the law firm of Lucas, Green & Magazine. And at our firm, we believe in working closely with our clients. This means you will receive personal attention. When you call, you will speak directly to an attorney who can answer your questions. With offices in Newport Richey and Clearwater, we have more than 50 years of legal experience working for you. Call us day or night, toll free, 1-800-4INJURY. The Lucas, Green & Magazine, your personal injury team.
I'm M. Bernard, better known as the B-Man, and I have been playing golf for over 3.5 decades. I've learned a few tips and techniques along the way that I'd like to share with you. But first, let me ask you a question. If there were a way for you to no longer feel so frustrated at the end of your round till when you got home you want to hang your clubs up, would you want to know how? If there was a way for your scorecard, which I know looks a lot like this, could look a lot more like that, would you want to know how? If there was a way for you to totally understand and key into the lesson you just took with total understanding, would you want to know how? Because what I have for you are 8 solid techniques that you can practice in your backyard for just 30 minutes a day. That's all, just 30 minutes a day, just like your favorite athletes do. Oh, on their own, they're great, they're fabulous. So it doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate player, even an advanced player. Without practicing your technique, it won't last. There's not enough gimmicks out there for you to purchase to fix your golf game. You have to practice your technique. I want you to just listen and do.
Go to golftechniquesforyou.com. That's golftechniques, the number 4, the letter U.com.
Bringing a new beginning to bowling is Lordfield Bowling's mission right now. So as the new guy on the block, Lordfield's quickly gaining recognition throughout the country through its ball test being done by Bowling This Month and Bowler's Journal. So you can check out the entire line of Lordfield equipment and accessories on the web at lordfield.com. And if you've got additional questions, need more information, you can call Tony Martin at 916-476-9542. And remember that Lordfield is changing bowling one bowler at a time.
Welcome back to Let's Go Bowling. And we have a caller that we're going to take. His name's Duffy from North Carolina.
Hey, Duffy, how you doing? What can we do for you?
Oh, Meter, it's just great to see you. Saw you bowl last week.
Oh, Guppy.
Watch you bowl. Glad you're back out bowling.
Guppy Troop, what a legend.
Oh, he's got Duffy down here. I don't know.
Guppy Troop, Guppy Grippers. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, baby, you're looking pretty good. I was watching the show, and I said, well, there's a number here. Let me give it a call.
Hey, are you still driving a school bus?
No, I retired about 3 years ago, but I'm thinking about, I turned 65 in January. I figured I can make all I need, so I might go back and drive a school bus after 3 years off and did it for like 7 years.
You gotta go back and get in that bus and get a picture on Facebook, my friend.
Oh, I never thought about that.
That would be that. All of us would just sit there and probably make it our profile picture.
Oh, I know. It's funny because when I was out on National one year, with the seniors, and I was there with Buckley and all that, and he goes, "Well, what are you doing now for a living, Guppy?" And I go, "I'm driving a school bus." He said, Ain't no dang way I'd let you pick my kids up.
Oh, well, I'm going to leave that one alone, Gup.
Yeah, well, I put the nice words in since we're on the radio.
Exactly. Your son is doing phenomenal, huh, Kyle?
Oh, yeah, he is. He's just, it's unbelievable. I never thought I'd be around, live long enough to see, Kyle win a regional. And then, like I said, I've got my youngest. He bowls with two hands, too. But I think he's going to be the one that goes out and makes about $250,000 a year doing something.
Wow.
Kyle's got the bowling in him like I've had it in all my life since I was 7. So.
Yeah. We can't get rid of it, Guppy.
I know. Hey, I'm just glad there's still a troop out there doing something good. I'm just tagging along and hopefully maybe get me a super senior check next week in North Carolina in Mooresville.
You're still a legend, Gup.
Hey, it was just great to see you back, babe. I just hope you bowl a few more.
Yeah,
I was hoping you'd come up north. I got the old lady'd come down and see you. She hadn't seen you all in so long.
Well, I need to get up there and see you guys. And that was the first tournament I bowled in, I think, 7 or 8 years. So
yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, it was interesting. They said it was like riding a bike. It was more like a unicycle.
Yeah, I know. I kept watch on it when I saw you were bowling. I said, well, I wish I would have gotten there because, it was funny because I had a roommate last year, and that was Joe Scarborough when he shot 900.
Well, what's really weird is bowling those guys, it's like, they're professional drivers on a closed course to a lot of people, my friend. They are...
oh, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, what you got on the senior tour now is about the same people that you grew up with when you watched it on ABC Wild World of Sports. They're all 50 now.
Definitely.
I mean, look at the show. Look at the show yesterday.
That had to be the most. That's got to be the number one show in PBA history. Really, to
Baker,
have that many titles.
Baker, Walter Ray, Petey, Duke. And Parker.
Parker, yeah.
So, are you still supporting the Crown Royal gig, my friend?
Oh yeah, man. I'm up to that new stuff called Crown Royal Black.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Please give Guppy a contract for that. He deserves it.
I know. I've been the only guy drinking Crown Royal since I started about 30 years ago, and they've never approached me.
There's nothing like those 2 hand claps and cocktails, my friend.
That's it, babe. After the game's over, it's always cocktails.
Oh my gosh, yeah, good times,
Yeah.
Good times.
Oh yeah, I really missed I was hoping we could get together one time and put in a tournament, maybe have a regional something just for the, get a list of like 50 of us that used to bowl every single week, like you, myself, Darren Hayes that led the other week. And,
right. He bowled good too. He bowled good too at the Villages too.
Yeah, I saw that. I said that was great. He's got his 2 in this year. I'm not sure if he's going to join, so I don't know if he'll bowl anymore or not.
Right. But one thing about it, Gup, we need to get the old band back together.
Oh, yeah, at least just for one more gig or something. I was trying to get down to Langlow's.
Right.
I got within 2 days of coming down there to bowl.
Yeah, I thought you'd be there.
Yeah, and then I looked down and saw all these other guys that I haven't seen in years, but I'm going to be down your area. I'm going to Eric Ramos's tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He has that $10,000 doubles tournament.
Eric runs a great tournament.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to bowl it or not, but I go down with the better troop,
Right.
I know how it used to be, it used to be Dick Weber, and then it was turned out to be
Petey
Weber's father. Well, now I'm Guppy Troop. I'm not Guppy anymore. I'm Kyle Troop's father.
Well, I see he's carrying on the pants, too.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because he decided to do that on his own because he went to the loudmouth pants.
Mm-hmm.
And, mine, I sent my last pair out to Chris Barnes' wife. They're having
Get them cleaned?
Yeah, I got them cleaned. They're a little cut in the lower part. They were getting a little tight after I had them since '79 in Kansas City, but I sent the last pair out. So Kyle goes, well, you're going to get loudmouth. I said, son, I didn't pay $90 for the 12 pairs of pants I bought in Kansas City. So Sherry's doing tie-dyed for me now. So
that's awesome. Tell her I said hello. Tell her I said hi.
Oh, I sure will. I'll tell her. If I'd had time, I'd have called her. She's working at we have a 1,000-seat federal prison in Taylorsville, and she works down there in the office. If I'd had time, I'd have called her and told her to pull it up on her computer.
I know it.
Well, it'll be on the replay, so she'll be able to listen to it.
Oh, okay.
We have all the
I'll
shows
have
on
to do that.
Yep, on the listen to past shows. It'll be up on the front page. But that was that's why I really enjoyed back watching it on ABC, and you knew every Saturday all the guys, and you're seeing, it's like a flashback. You're going back.
Yeah, it's the same guys ran me off the regular tour, running me off the senior tour now.
It's amazing, Gup, because watching these guys bowl at Langlo, they made them look like a house shot.
Oh, I know. These guys are, like I said, you and I grew up watching them bowl and bowled with them.
And
nowadays, I'm in my 60s now, and it's funny, they still catch you in awe when I go out to watch. I'm glad I'm going to get to see Duke and Weber and Parker and all them coming up to North Carolina. You just got to pay attention to your game, because if you catch you all watching the other players, it was when I first came out in '76. I'm like, there's Dick Weber, there's all the Earl Anthony and all of them, and you're too busy watching them instead of playing your game.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's just.
But I'll let y'all go, baby. I just wanted to call in and say it was great to have you back, and
it's awesome.
Hopefully, if you get a chance, come on over there in May, because I'll be in Orlando, and then we're probably coming down for Spring Hill this year for the regional too.
Great. We're looking forward to seeing you, Guppy. Thanks for calling in, sir.
Baby, y'all have a great show, and thanks for letting me on.
Thanks, Guppy.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, apologize for saying Duffy, but that was just what was printed on the sheet. So if we didn't know it was Guppy, we'd put him on.
That's pretty good, though. I haven't talked to Guppy in a while.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and I always looked for the pants.
Well, that's when I was asking about his son, Kyle. I remember Kyle when Sherry just had him, and he used to go out and bowl, during the breaks and things like that. So, and now he's going to be a little superstar in his own.
Well, let's go ahead and we'll talk a little bit now, Dave. You got some stuff going on. Let's talk about what you got a big thing happening.
Well,
now,
we've got some good things. I'm affiliated with Cliff Barnes Pro Shops, and he now has his own. He's changed the name basically to Bowlers Mart and bowlersmart.com. Coming up in June 20th, Camp Baker is coming to Alamo Lanes in Orlando, and the spots are limited, people. This guy is one of the best coaches in the world. He's going to have John Gaines with him, who is now affiliated with us. He's going to have a bunch of people helping teach, and spots are limited, only 15 left. And with the bowlersmart.com thing, Cliff is really taking over this bowling industry. He's got a supervision. I call it laser vision. If he sees something, he goes after it. And right now he's got 23 shops throughout the country. And all your bowlers needs, just check bowlersmart.com, and he can take care of it for you.
Well, you're talking about Mark Baker, and for people, if they want to come down to that event, because it's selling out, and he's just unbelievable. And he helps a lot of the regular tour guys, the Chris Barnes,
exactly.
Tommy Jones. So he's just not just a regular coach.
Just not a regular coach. He's a player's coach. He fine-tunes everybody in the game, and he's pretty darn good at it.
Would you say he's the modern-day John Jowdy?
I think so.
Because, really, John didn't really have a lot of credentials per se, but he was able to help in other words, John wasn't a goal coach.
True. And, in reality, Mark Baker's career had an excellent career on the PBA, probably most known for the win in Miami when the headlines the next day said moon over Miami.
Yep.
So that was an awesome tournament down there, but I'm glad to see him coming to Florida and Orlando, and I'm excited that bowlersmart.com is behind this. And if you're interested in joining this situation with Mark Baker and John Gaines, just go on bowlersmart.com and just follow along and do what you need. And if you need bowling needs, please check us out there.
A lot of the greatest coaches in all the sports I don't think there was really any that was a great player. And it's funny when you look back, and you got the Ledbetter and PGA, and then the hitting instructors and pitching coach. A lot of them, because I think if you're a big time player, it's hard to go ahead and translate what you do into someone else. Mm-hmm. Where if you're a student of the game, which a lot of these other guys become, they can pick up things.
I really think that it's hard. You don't see a lot of super high-tech bowlers becoming coaches. You really don't. You see the person that is very alert of what's going on, but most good coaches were not great bowlers in the past.
And that's not taking anything away from Norm Duke and Bill, but typically a lot of great bowlers didn't have unbelievable careers.
Yeah. Well, Norm's got a great career going. Right. I don't think he's too interested in teaching right now. So.
Right. Well, there's always an exception. I said there's always a few.
There always is.
The majority isn't.
Majority isn't because they put so much into it in their mind. It takes so much mental strength to be a Norm Duke. I mean, there are very few people like Norm Duke, Pete Weber, Walter Ray. I mean, those guys changed bowling.
And a lot of guys can't do what they're telling you to do to help you with your game.
Right.
But if you have the trust in the coach, and it's the results that they get, and that's how they get the reputation, and that's how they get the people that want to come to them because they know if I go and see so-and-so, I know they're going to help me.
Right. And most times with these high caliber players, they don't need to be revamped. They just need to be fine tuned. And obviously you don't have a pair of eyes in the back of your head. So guys like Mark Baker, guys like John Gaines, they work. They work with Jason Couch. So a lot of good bowlers have a lot of great coaches.
Now, Brian Voss, he won the PBA 50 at the Sarasota South Open.
Mm-hmm.
Want to congratulate him. And it's just amazing. He's great. And I really enjoy watching all these guys and the Almilettos and the Bob Learn Jr. and fantastic. And they still, it's almost, they're bowling the same as they did, 20, 30 years. And what's funny is a lot of people say, well, I'm 50 now. I'm going to go on the senior tour. And even in the PGA, the golf, and they don't realize that these guys that are turning 50 that's on the regular tours, they're going to be playing. And if you couldn't beat them back in the day, why do you think now senior you're going to go out there and be able to beat them?
Well, you heard what Guppy just said when he called in. If you think that you're 50 years old and you're going to go out and bowl and make a living, you might want to do a couple of things. You might want to bowl a regional or two, but these guys are really good. And they are doing it for a living, and they are bowling every day. I bowled with Bob Learn at Langlo. And Bob, everybody knows him as Mr. 300, which he did shoot one there. And he was winding it up, looked just like old days. And then he came to me and he says, I got a bad wrist. I'm not hitting it like I used to. I wish I could. But it still looked pretty good coming off of his hand. So, I mean, him, Amleto, it's just the list is growing and growing. I don't think we're going to have any Super Duty stars coming in the next couple of years, but what has got there in the last year or two is pretty sufficient for a while.
Okay, let's go ahead and take our last break. We'll get that out of the way, and we'll be talking to Matt Cannizzaro, the championship, see what's happening over there, any big news.
Hi, this is Pete Weber. I don't bowl overhand. I bowl 300 games. That's why I listen to Let's Go Bowling on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Do you or someone you know own a bowling center? Are you thinking about remodeling? Are you going to be changing your scoring system? Then 12 Strike, the gold standard in automatic scoring solutions with automation and graphics with over 300 exciting 2 and 3D still graphics and animations for league and open play. The animated 3D graphics appear to jump more than 6 inches off the screen, activated by strikes, spares, and other bowling scenarios. 12 Strike Bowling Services has produced automatic scoring products internationally since 1989. 12 Strike has been the innovative leader in the scoring industry. Together with Seidel Research, 12 Strike offers bowling center proprietors the edge they need to stay ahead of the competition. Our 2010 12 Strike scoring system uses the latest version of Central Desk Pro, point of sale, and back office software that has now been integrated into the single computer running under Microsoft Windows 7 environment. To learn more about scoring, make product inquiries, or obtain pricing details by emailing us at sales@12strike.com or by calling 562-984-6240. We now have furniture for your bowling center at great low prices.
Joint pain, arthritis, osteoarthritis, and degenerative joint disease do not discriminate. Painful arthritis strikes 1 in 5 adults, children, and also our furry friends. Protect our joints and let's take care of your pets too. Lubricin is all natural, oral, hyaluronic acid, which is produced in your body naturally. It helps to support your joint fluid, but as you age, your natural levels drop, thus needing help to lubricate our joints. Well, animals are the same, so let's help them out so they can feel great too. Go to Lubricin.com, Lubrisyn, or call 800-901-8498 and use promo code TAMPA for 15% off. ParadiseTeaTimes.com is your fastest and easiest online booking website around. Locally owned and operated, they offer hundreds of tea times in these Florida areas: Tampa Bay, Sarasota, Bradenton, and Orlando. With no membership dues or booking fees, you get to spend your money where it counts, playing golf. ParadiseTeaTimes.com is giving you 5% rewards for every tea time booked. And sign up today to receive $20 rewards credit. That's right, just for signing up today. $20 rewards credit. Check out our website for courses, members events, hotel accommodations, stay and play, plus a chance to win free golf. Golfing at your fingertips is ParadiseTeaTimes.com.
Dunedin Lanes offers a full-service family bowling center and is located at 405 Patricia Avenue in Dunedin. They feature 24 lanes with the latest in computerized scoring and children's bumpers available on every lane. Check out their Cosmic Bowling Nights on Friday from 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. and on Saturdays 9:30 p.m. till midnight, which offers a state-of-the-art light and sound system for your enjoyment. Hey, moms and dads, Dunedin Lanes offers family night out specials every Saturday, 7 till 9 p.m. Looking for somewhere to get a good meal at a great price? Then the Chatterbox Restaurant is the place. Any questions, you can contact them at 727-736-1282 or go to DunedinLanes.com on the web. That phone number again, 727-736-1282. Dunedin Lanes.
Get fit, have fun, make friends at Core Total Fitness, located on US 19 in Newport Richey. Come celebrate your fitness with us. Core offers a full group exercise schedule: Zumba, yoga, spin, and specifically designed classes for mature adults. Splash in our pool or relax in the sauna and jacuzzi. As a member, you will receive a free personal training session with a Life Center exercise physiologist. We have free Wi-Fi and coffee in our cafe, and we're family friendly with a supervised kids zone. So stop by Core Total Fitness today at US 19, Newport Richey, or call us 727-264-8998. Mention you heard us here and receive a free VIP 1-week pass.
Countryside Lanes, they have new owners now, John Laspina, and we're actually making a lot of new changes to the bowling center. And for all of you who don't know where it's at, the address is 27867 US Highway 19 North, Clearwater, Florida 33761. Right now, we're actually going to be taking out the monitors and putting in flat screen monitors, and we're going to be changing a lot of things around in the bowling center. We are offering Bowling 2.0. We're giving away free bowling and free bowling lessons, and I'm actually the head coach of the program. Right now, we are doing 3 different groups. We have adults, seniors, and family. This is their 5th bowling center. They have most of their bowling centers in New York.
And it is a beautiful facility. They've got a wonderful restaurant, bar, everything in there. Definitely check it out if you have not. Wonderful place for the family. Wonderful place for an evening out, whether it be date night or guys' night or girls' night out. Definitely check it out. And like you say, take up Ashley on her opportunity to get free lessons and free bowling. It's like anything else. If you know how to do it properly, it is a lot more fun.
And if you are interested in signing up, just call the bowling center up, 727-796-8100, and just tell them you want to sign up for one of the Bowling 2.0 programs. And we actually just started our merchant program, too.
And what about the website?
It's countryside-lanes.net, and we also have a fan page.
My name is Matt Canizaro. I'm the USBC Open and Women's Championships Media Relations Manager, and when I have to give out news to the bowling world, I do it on the Let's Go Bowling Show.
Welcome back to Let's Go Bowling. And now we're going to go out to the main man over at the Open Championships, and that's Matt Canizaro. Matt, welcome, Let's Go Bowling, and we have Dave Ohm in studio today.
Hey, Matt, how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys this week?
We're doing great.
Some great news, huh, at the Open Championships?
Well, it's been a crazy week, a little bit hectic, and some long days, and a lot of big scores this week for sure.
And we have a new, all events leader?
Well, we had our new all events leader, PBA champion Anthony Lacoste. They came in as the defending team all events champions, and they bowled great despite all the excitement and some of the nerves of the spotlight. And they had a big team set, came back and bowled well in doubles and singles, and struggled a little bit with some carry and some bad breaks. But Anthony bowled terrific the entire way through, and they all worked together as a team. And he ended up with sets of 766 in doubles, 765 in team, and 742 in singles for a 2273 total.
Boom.
That's the fourth highest in tournament history, and he is our new leader by quite a bit.
Talking about consistency, huh?
Well, he certainly he was lined up, and they communicated through everything, and all the breaks seemed to go his way for the whole team, and he had some great shots down the stretch and put up a big number.
I was looking on Facebook, and somebody had posted a picture affiliated with Anthony, and they said they had a white plastic bag, and it was filled with money, and they said this is what he made in brackets. It was a lot of cash.
Well, he certainly did very well, and they're looking to do well overall.
Yeah.
In the standings, and but those guys, they understand the tradition of the event so well. Now they're a part of it. They've got their eagles, and their jerseys this year even had the orange eagle on the sleeve. And Eric Vermillion, very emotional about the whole thing, and seeing their name up on the banner and the leaderboard and everything for the first time this year. Very, very cool experience for them. They certainly appreciate the opportunity, and probably would do it even if there wasn't any prize money.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The USBCs is a great tournament to bowl, and I was very fortunate enough to win an eagle back in '95. And every time I bowl and I look up and see that up there, gives you goosebumps. There's nothing like an eagle, and that's what everybody goes there for. And you're right about the money. You know, the money is nice, but you can't take that golden eagle and that orange eagle away from you when you're bowling.
We appreciate your appreciation of everything that we do there and what it means. And it feels the same for us, and that's sometimes as close as we'll ever get to that winning feeling, is to be able to share that with friends and great bowlers, and we get the goosebumps as well. It means a lot to us too.
I mean, there's nothing like it. You have to be a team. You have to play together. You have to communicate amongst each other. Or if you go out there and try to bowl this event as a single bowler person, you are not going to do well. You have to be a team player.
I totally agree, and a lot of strategy involved, and a lot of hard work for those guys, especially, and to see them back on top of the leaderboard there, certainly well deserved.
Now we have some new leaders in the regular singles and regular doubles, right?
That is correct. We had a big set in singles yesterday. Lewis Jenkins Jr. Came back from an abysmal double set, 527. And things just fell into place for him. He actually didn't move, didn't change balls, didn't do anything differently. And the pins just started to fall, and he shot 826 with a 300 game. So he experienced the lows of lows and the absolute highs at the Open Championships. He stepped up on the big stage, delivered for the 300, and needed to regroup after that to come back with one strong game and finished with 269 for the 826 series, the first 800 in singles this year, and he is your leader. Amazing. And earlier on that squad, we actually had a tie for the doubles lead. Brian Wallachek and Robert Wiley, also two familiar names affiliated with Adam Barta and his group, and that lead lasted for a little more than 12 hours until Mike Rose and Scott Pohl came in, former Team USA member, and Mike Rose, an all-events champion at the Open Championships, their teammate, Brian Wallachek. So they bowled late last night, shot 14.03 to raise the bar in doubles. It's been 13.78 since the first week of April. Got tied, and a few hours later, we have a new leader. So certainly big numbers this week, a lot of excitement, a lot of great shots being thrown, and only more to come. So many terrific bowlers in town now and on the way.
That Wallachek, is that Lonnie Wallachek's brother?
Indeed, it is. It's the younger brother, and Brian, a national champion at Saginaw Valley State, got a handful of regional titles as well, and a talented player. The whole group. They actually made a run at the team event. You mentioned playing together, working together. They moved into 5th place. Just came up short. They had a bit of a rough 10th frame where only one guy threw a strike. And until Rob Gottschall, of course, the current Team USA member, he nailed 3 in the 10th, but it was a little bit too late at that point. 34.95. It was a good head start towards team all events. They cracked the 10,000 mark. Again, came up a little bit short. So they're second in team all events, first in doubles, 5th in team. Gottschall's in the top 10 in all events. Not much more you can ask for than a week like that.
Now, you had the 300s. What balls were they using?
Well, we had the 1-300 yesterday, and he was throwing a Motive Sigma Tour.
Nice. And
then our left-hander, just after last week's news release, Graham Fa, the collegiate player from Urbana, bowled 300-836 in the team event. He's the one who is not scheduled to bowl doubles and singles and may not come back for his last 6 games this year. But he was throwing a Brunswick Nexus for that set. And then Jenkins' teammate, the companion team member, John Ricaldi, actually had an 802 in the team event a day ago, and he was throwing the Storm Fusion. So, again, quite a week with scores, and we're glad to bring all the news to you.
Now we got a big look ahead. We have, Glenn Ellison and Les Sykes?
Yeah, those guys bowled in the team events yesterday, and we had a really cool opportunity with Glenn and Jimmy where we were able to match them up with the 5th player for their team. And this year we decided on a bowling rider, somebody who understands the tradition of the event and what those guys have accomplished on the lane. And it was an opportunity of a lifetime for him to bowl with 2 guys who have combined for 129 years of tournament experience and five eagles and more than 228,000 pins knocked down at the Open Championships. And he got to go out there with them, talk to them in the squad room, march down center aisle together, and hear them get introduced and see their names on the scoreboard as champions. And then he's going to chronicle that experience for Bowler's Journal magazine.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tell us first person, what is it like to bowl with 2 of the greatest bowlers in tournament history, and to be out there and just learn from them and to see that they still have it, after so many years on the lanes. And
especially
those guys are
especially the first 900 with Glenn Allison too.
Certainly, Glenn. I believe he shot 600 in team yesterday. So those guys still can throw the ball, still averaging well over 190 for their careers, 60-plus years. And I'm looking forward to hearing about that experience from Brian.
Now we got the next live streaming broadcast is when?
Actually going to be the 26th. I think we misstated that in the news release. It's going to be doubles and singles. We had to move that because of the convention, USBC conventions in town. That will be live streamed on Friday. So it's going to be Saturday the 26th at 11 a.m. our time. And that's 2 p.m. for you guys. It's going to be Lou Franzetti, former collegiate player of the year, and, of course, international star Tim Mack.
Wow.
Somebody we haven't had before. We haven't seen much from them, but we did a Facebook vote earlier in the year, and they were the runaway winners as far as who we should add to the live stream schedule. So we're looking forward to showcasing some great bowlers, but less familiar bowlers at the Open Championship. So we're excited to see what they can do this year.
Well, one thing about Timmy Mack, he made a pretty good name for himself before he went international.
He sure did.
Yes, he did.
Great player, great coach.
You're
a great football player, as I understand as well.
Exactly. He is definitely built for it. You're the convention out there, is that when the Hall of Fame guys are going in?
Yes, Thursday night. Will be the Hall of Fame dinner. Looking forward to having those guys. John Gaines.
Very good friend of mine, John Gaines. I was going to say he's well deserving of that. Is his team still leading the team?
Well, they set the record last year. They were the team champions in 2013.
Right.
And they actually don't come back until June this year to defend their title.
Oh, that's right.
So we've had quite a few scorers beat their record this year. Current leader 35-61 is all-time high. Then second place was Graham Faw and his teammates 35-51. But Gaines and them, they're looking forward to putting that title on the line, and now they have some big numbers to shoot at rather than being the guys who set the numbers. So a little bit different experience for them. Can't wait to see how they handle that.
I would love to see them maybe stream their event.
Well, that certainly is the plan as the defending champions. Almost a guarantee
Mm-hmm.
for the live stream schedule. That is during the Senior Masters, which is in Las Vegas.
Right.
So Lucas Wiseman will be there covering that, and we're working on a way to make sure that if there's an overlap based on the squad times, that we are able to stream both of those events, because certainly we don't want to miss Gaines and the guys after last year's excitement.
Right.
Just hoping for a little bit more fireworks from them.
Now, did you happen to see Bill up there, Bill Zubin?
I did. Bill stopped by to say hello. Just minutes between the new doubles leaders and the 826 that we had yesterday. So he pulled me aside, said hello, and realized that everything was happening, and we agreed to catch up when things were a little bit less hectic. But he's here, he's safe, and he's probably at the Bowling Writers meeting right now. And we'll certainly catch up in the next day or two.
He didn't give you your shirt yet.
He did not. We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't have that much time, but looking forward to putting that on as well.
All right. Well, listen, Matt, we appreciate you coming on, and we'll be talking to you next week. And I know there's going to be a lot of more great news.
I will be here. I appreciate you guys again.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye-bye. And that's just so great when having this and so many people and the 100,000 Pin Club and just the history of it.
Well, it's amazing. One of my good friends a couple of weeks ago, Bob Hart, he joined the 100,000 Pin Club.
And that's just amazing. The one guy, I think, that used to average 200, just went under 200. Forget the gentleman for all those years. And just to imagine bowling those conditions and averaging that. And really anybody can really win, but typically you're going to have to bowl in the conditions, and you're going to have to really play the lanes right and try to set the lanes up. So like you said, it's tough for someone to go out there on their own, hook up with people and think they're going to bowl unless you're a caliber of bowler.
Very
that
difficult.
can be done, but it is.
Very difficult. Most of these teams that whack them out there, they understand that they have to sacrifice a frame or two. If they all get in the same zone, then all of a sudden, and it depends upon what team you're bowling with. If you get two top-notch teams together and you break the lanes down accordingly, you know, you got potential for some really big scores.
And that's the hard part. That's why a lot of people are going with two teams.
Exactly. You've got to set your ego aside in the beginning and just go, okay, this is where we need to play to make the lanes, you know, reap the harvest at the end of the day.
But would you say about 75% of people that do bowl are just there for the good times with their friends and stuff?
A lot of them are there. A lot, and they pay so many places that half of them do get a check, you know.
Dave, we appreciate you coming on.
It's
Thanks
been a pleasure.
for coming on. And do you have a website again?
Bowlersmart.com. Check this out and just keep shopping, baby.
And we'll try to get Amos Gordon on. They had the last 900, and the next week shoots 875 on next week. We'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen,